Since ancient times, there has been one idea repeated by the most successful people in the world, from Elon Musk to Steve Jobs and Jeff Bezos: a person becomes what they think about. Napoleon Hill wrote the same in his legendary book, Think and Grow Rich. But if this really works, why do so many people dream of a better life yet keep stumbling at every step? Do they not imagine their future? Do they not believe in their own potential? Today's story gently but clearly reveals this paradox and gives you an important lesson that may change the way you see yourself. Long ago, at a bustling railway station, there lived a man who survived only by begging. Every day he stood among the endless flow of people, holding out his hand to passengers rushing to their trains. And one day, while pleading for a coin as usual, he noticed a man in an expensive suit walking confidently along the platform. His appearance practically screamed wealth. This man can definitely help, the beggar thought, hurrying toward him with his hand outstretched. But the businessman didn't throw him a coin. Instead, he stopped, looked him straight in the eye, and asked, "You always ask, but have you ever given anything to others?" The beggar was stunned. No one had ever asked him that. Ashamed, he muttered, "Sir, I'm a beggar. I have nothing to give. I only ask to survive." The businessman smiled slightly, but there was no mockery or anger in his voice. "If you're convinced you have nothing to give, then you have no right to receive. I believe in exchange, one thing for another. If you can offer something, you deserve something in return. If not, I'm afraid I can't help you." He calmly boarded the train and left, while the beggar stood there, shocked. That night he hardly slept. The stranger's words kept turning in his mind like they were stuck there forever. If I offer nothing, why should anyone give me anything? On the third day, sitting in his usual spot, he noticed a small patch of wildflowers blooming near the railway tracks. Their brightness struck him with a sudden thought: what if I try giving people something in return? He carefully picked a few flowers and returned to his place. When the first person tossed him a coin, the beggar handed them one of the flowers. The passerby was surprised but took it and smiled. Then another. And another. People accepted the flowers willingly, and some even thanked him. Soon he noticed a pattern: when he had flowers, donations were larger. When the flowers ran out, so did the money. People like getting something in return, he thought. One day, while giving out his small bouquets, he saw the same businessman sitting in a train car. Excited, the beggar rushed to him. "Sir, today I can offer you something. If you give me a coin, I'll give you flowers." The man laughed, handed him money, and took several flowers. "Now you understand the value of exchange. Today you are no longer just a beggar, you've become a merchant." The train left, but his words stayed burning in the beggar's mind. If people give me money not out of pity, but for the flowers, then I'm actually doing something real. This is a small business. That same day he made a decision he never thought he'd make. He left the station, never again to return as a beggar. 6 months passed. At the same station, 2 well-dressed men met and shook hands. One of them suddenly peered into the other's face and said in amazement, "Wait. I know you. You're the beggar I refused that day, and then bought flowers from, right?" The former beggar laughed. "Yes, that was me. But now I have my own flower business. I travel, expand my supplies, look for new opportunities." The businessman was stunned. "How did that happen?" The florist replied, "You taught me the most important thing: we begin to receive only when we stop being afraid to give. I realized that I was never truly a beggar, I just didn't see that I already had something valuable." They shook hands as equals and went their separate ways, but the lesson remained simple and powerful: your life changes the moment you change how you see yourself. If you see yourself as small, you will stay small. If you acknowledge your inner potential, you can rise far higher than you imagine. Thoughts shape destiny. Change your thinking, and you change the direction of your future. If this story touched you, support it, share what you learned from it, and send it to someone you want to inspire. See you in the next story.